Hello, and welcome to Group Hug News. I'm Karen Clancy.
And I'm Scott Vermeire. As part of the topless jihad protest in Europe, 3 topless women shouted expletives at Russian President Vladimir Putin. When asked later about the protest, Putin exclaimed, "Auga!"
Kanye West's next album will be called I Am God. His first 2 working titles of the album were Am I God? Followed by I'm Basically God.
The Wu-Tang Clan marks its 20th year in music this year, and I still can't draw that little symbol without it looking like a dead butterfly.
Pope Francis has been making news as we find out what our new pope is like. He's humble, simply dressed, he takes the bus, and he washes the feet of female prisoners. Basically, he's awesome and nothing like the old pope. Not unlike a stepdad that says, "It's okay, kids. Get 3 scoops of ice cream, because I'm a really cool new dad."
Law enforcement authorities all over the Bay Area are seeking funding from the federal government to purchase drones. In order to receive the funding, they'll need to prove that certain significant areas, such as the Golden Gate Bridge and BART, are at high risk of terrorism. That should be easy to prove, given that every time I get on BART with a group of A's fans, I feel terrorized.
Margaret Thatcher died at the age of 87 earlier this week. As per her nickname, the Iron Lady, the former Prime Minister has requested in her will that she be buried in an iron coffin to, quote, keep those grave-robbing socialists out. She also requested that Meryl Streep read the obituary at the funeral in the character of Margaret Thatcher.
Last week, the biggest cyber attack in internet history occurred between Cyberbunker and Spamhaus. This week, the 2 parties made up and started a trip-hop band.
Cyberbunker is a Dutch company that provides hosting for any website except, quote, child porn and anything related to terrorism. Or in other words, less than 5% of the internet.
The attack involved swarms of computers called botnets. Cloudflare CEO Matthew Prince compared the attack to using a machine gun to spray an entire crowd when the intent is to kill one person, thus winning him the Least Sensitive Metaphor of the Year award.
But now we turn to the biggest court case of the month, the Supreme Court's decision to let stand the federal regulation requiring airlines to disclose the full cost of plane tickets, including taxes and government fees. Yes, airlines will now be able to come out of the closet and advertise to the world openly and without shame that their prices are as full and meaningful as anyone else's prices, and that they have an equal right to tell their customers just how much they're gouging them for. There was also the minor question of same-sex marriage.
North Korea continues to be a looming presence in the news. It has recently surfaced that North Korea has the intent to sell nuclear weapons to other countries. However, due to their lack of modern technology, sadly their most impressive weapons are nuclear bayonets, nuclear bow and arrows, and nuclear catapults.
Dennis Rodman plans to help out his new BFF, Kim Jong-un, by becoming North Korea's official sponsor, where he will release fusion-powered basketball shoes, glow-in-the-dark tattoos, and enriched uranium tongue piercings.
Thank you for joining us. For Group Hug News, I'm Scott Vermeire.
And I'm Karen Clancy.
And we'll see you next week.